What's going on, guys? My name is Trevor, and welcome back to another episode of Superhero Sundays. Every Sunday on my channel, we like to talk about everything and anything superheroes. And today, I'm giving you guys my top 10 favorite superhero entrances of all time. Meaning the big moment when the superhero we didn't really know was coming in make a big dramatic entrance. Lots of MCU, a couple of DC ones. Believe me, your guys' thoughts down below. Which is your favorite superhero entrance of all time? Let's talk about it down below in the comment section. And with that said, let's get started right at number 10. And kicking this list off, we have I'm Always Angry from the first Avengers, when Bruce Banner comes to New York on a little scooter, little moped thing, and he gives the iconic line that I'm always angry.
That's my secret, Cap. I'm always angry.
This scene, I remember watching it in theaters. I was about 13 years old, and I jumped out of my seat. I was so excited. I wanted to be the Hulk. We were just counting on Bruce Banner to show up, and when he did finally show up, he made such a difference, had such an impact, and helped them win the Battle of New York, ultimately against the Jakari. A fantastic scene, a fantastic battle, but that moment right there is one everyone wants to talk about, everyone loved from that movie. Next up at number 9, we have when Captain Marvel enters in Endgame. We didn't really see Captain Marvel the entire movie of Avengers Endgame, and when she finally enters, when having that big battle, and it's like, it's okay, it's going neck and neck, it's a very well fought battle. Captain Marvel comes in and she takes out the mothership, she comes down and she helps them defeat Thanos ultimately. An epic moment. I remember when Captain Marvel came in, I was like, no way, what's happening? And here she came flying in and took out the mothership that is Thanos' big ship. Took that out like it was nothing. My entire theater roared. I had chills up and down. Rocket going, oh yeah! An awesome scene, an epic moment, and the movie of Endgame with multiple epic moments. This one really stood out to me. One of my favorite moments from the whole movie. I'm not the biggest Captain Marvel fan, but this moment right here, it got me jumping, it got me excited, and I loved every second of it. Next up at number 8 is another one from Avengers Endgame. This one wasn't too epic or climatic. It was just pretty funny, and it's when Star-Lord enters in Avengers Endgame, when he's singing Come and Get Your Love. But this isn't the first time we saw it. It's basically a recall back to Guardians 1, where he's singing Come and Get Your Love. It's a very funny scene because War Machine technically comes in and he just knocks him out to get the Power Stone. This one just stood out to me in Endgame as being one of the funniest moments of the movie to me, and it recalled back to one of my favorite MCU movies, which is Guardians of the Galaxy. You have Star-Lord there singing, dancing, and he gets knocked right out. It was an awesome scene. Next up at number 7 is going to be when Spider-Man comes in Infinity War. My theater loved seeing him on the bus. When he saw Spider-Man, he grabbed his suit and he went over there like, okay, this is really awesome. But when he finally comes into the battle, when Tony Stark's about to get smashed with a hammer, and it just stops, and Spider-Man pops his head around and says, hey, man. A funny line, but ultimately an awesome line. Spider-Man came to help out Iron Man, and he helped him right there. He basically saved his life. Many occasions, Spider-Man is always saving Tony Stark, but that right there, my theater erupted. It's one of my favorite moments from Infinity War. Just a little funny Spider-Man. Tom Holland plays his high school character so well. Kind of just goes and goes, hey, man, nonchalantly catches that big hammer, and he helps him take out those guys. Ultimately makes for Spider-Man joining the Avengers in the Infinity War movie. A very funny moment. Again, more of a funny moment rather than a big epic one, but Spider-Man entering the Infinity War always stood out to me. At number 6 is going to be from Thor Ragnarok, when Thor is having to face their champion, and it happens to be the Hulk. I saw this in theaters. It was definitely a big funny moment, but ultimately when Hulk isn't really Bruce Banner, he actually goes and fights Thor. That makes for an awesome fight scene. But when the Hulk comes smashing his way out, they kind of spoiled this in the trailer. I didn't really take away from the big cheer I gave it when I saw this in the theater. When Hulk came out smashing him, here to fight Thor, it made for a funny moment, but ultimately made for a very awesome battle. When Hulk came in, I was like, the Hulk, God, the Hulk is here. Bringing us into the top 5 is Under Ruse, when Spider-Man enters in Civil War and takes Captain America's shield. That right there was in the trailer. Again, kind of spoiled a big moment, a big reveal. But when I saw that moment in the trailer, I had chills standing up. It made me jump out of my seat. No way, Spider-Man's in this movie. But when he came into the battle and no one really knew who he was, taped up Captain America's hands with his web, took the shield, and he landed beautifully. and he just ends up being a dorky little kid. I could have stuck the landing better. He's just a really funny kid, and Tom Holland plays that so well. But when Spider-Man came in, Spider-Man is one of my favorite superheroes of all time, so seeing him come in, take Captain America's shield away out of nowhere, surprising everyone, it was absolutely hilarious. It was really, really badass. The only DC one today is when Wonder Woman enters in Batman vs. Superman. Again, it was spoiled in the trailer, but when it's playing Wonder Woman's anthem, it is so epic and it is electric. And when she comes in, this vibrant woman, we haven't really heard of Wonder Woman at this point. She came in, this vibrant, awesome lady. She came right into Batman vs. Superman, right there when they're facing Doomsday, and it's an awesome, epic battle. But when Wonder Woman came in, you just got so excited. And they didn't spoil this in the trailer. I think the movie would even be that much better for people, though I loved the movie. When Wonder Woman came in, it added a very nice touch. And for me, Batman vs. Superman is a great movie. When you added her in, it just put the cherry on top of the sundae. What an entrance. One of my favorites. At number 3, bringing it back to Infinity War.
We have a Hulk.
We have a Hulk. The beginning of Infinity War, when Loki's about to give the Tesseract to Thanos, and Hulk came in and barged through Thanos, and he goes in there, and he's basically there to save the day. He doesn't end up really saving the day, but that moment right there, I literally almost cried from how surprised I was, but how epic that moment was. My theater was sold out. It was slammed, about 200 people in there, and the entire theater is jumping, screaming, cheering. Then ultimately the Hulk gets his ass beat by Thanos. Let him have his fun, but it's really meant for Thanos coming into Infinity War and exactly what he meant, how awesome, how powerful he was. But when the Hulk came in, we have a Hulk replaying that line from the original Avengers. That was a really good callback for the Russo brothers, but what an entrance for Hulk. Hulk made the list a couple times here, and this one right here is one I always think about, and every time I watch Infinity War, it gives me chills. At number 2, you can't really talk about Infinity War without talking about Thor entering in Wakanda. Though it doesn't really make sense why he went to Wakanda, it still makes for the most awesome thing ever, because all the Avengers are basically getting eaten up, they're getting beat up. Here came Thor through the Bifrost, he lands, and Stormbreaker flies around, helps out all the Avengers, and Hulk yells, "Ha ha, y'all are screwed now!" And Thor comes in just how it plays the Avengers Infinity War theme. He has Rocket on his arm, and he got Groot standing there next to him. That is ultimately one of the most epic moments in cinematic history, but in MCU history particularly. This moment right here is my favorite moment inside of Infinity War. When Thor came there, I literally had no idea it was coming, screaming at the top of my lungs, taking my hat off, losing my mind. Thor is there for revenge. He has a vengeance towards Thanos. He is there to take anyone who's coming in front of him. It makes for one of the most epic scenes in cinematic history. But at number 1, there's no real talking about it. Everyone knows what it is.
Captain Raimi. Captain Sam, can you hear me? On your left.
When Falcon and the company enter in the portals in Avengers Endgame, when Cap, Thor, and Iron Man are just getting beat down by Thanos, and here came Falcon first with the entire company of the Avengers entering. This is kind of cheating because it's not a singular superhero entrance, but it's entire superhero team entrance. All of the Avengers, all of our Marvel characters enter through the portals. It's my favorite moment in any movie ever. It's the most climatic and the most epic scene in cinematic history. When everything about this screams epic, but you will get chills, you will get emotional, and when I first heard that in the theater, I started tearing up. I let a couple tears flow, and I yelled, "Oh my god, oh my god," and it makes for the most epic moment ever. And if I watch this video or watch this scene anytime, I get chills, all my hairs are standing up, and I love this scene so much. So therefore, it is my favorite superhero entrance of all time. Join me down below in the comment section. Which superhero entrances stood out to you the most? Which do you love? Which do you not love so much? Do you agree with my list? Let's talk about it all down below in the comment section. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.